Start my day off right, man. What's up? Got that Tostitos bag with the elote, man. What's up? What y'all know about that? Welcome back to the garage, man. Today, we are going to be, hopefully we're going to be working on the Bel Air. I'm trying to think right now. I have one issue. Currently, it's Sunday. I tried to make it down to my P.O. box, but they were closed yesterday by the time I got there, and they're not open on Sundays. So, remember we bought a distributor for the Bel Air? So, we bought a distributor. This one's brand new. It's got lifetime warranty, this and that. It was 140 bucks. It's not crazy expensive, but 140 bucks can be put towards something else, you know what I'm saying? So, a subscriber hit us up after I bought that. A subscriber hit up Deadbeat Garage on Facebook, saying that he had a distributor that he was sending it out for the Bel Air, like had it packaged up and everything, about to send it out. And Josh actually was talking to him through the messages. He's like, oh, okay, hell yeah, I bet, you know. And Josh didn't let me know like right away, but I had already bought this one. So now I have a basically, I have the exact same distributor sitting on my P.O. box right now that one of you guys sent out. Meaning, I can go ahead and take this one back, get that 140 bucks, and use that towards something else. Like, for instance, like, to cover the cost of all this crap that I just bought. This right here is basically all for Max, so I'm not going to really get into that until we're working on Max. But you guys know I had a laundry list of stuff I had to get for that car. I did get a carburetor rebuild kit, which I'm sure this is going to be excitingly fun. I got some brand new MSD wires. I got the spark plugs I need for the Bel Air. We got wires. We got the carburetor rebuild kit. I got a little piece of hose that I can run off of that fuel pump, like up into a gas tank, so that I don't have to clean the gas tank on the car right away. I can just run this into a plastic gas can and try to get the car running off of that. I got oil for the Bel Air, oil for the Buick, transmission fluid for the Bel Air, transmission fluid for the Buick, and I also got oil filters for both cars. And then we got this. 110, bro. So I got some VP 110. This is basically racing fuel, so I mean, that's what it says, right? This is the stuff that I want to try inside of Pops, in which I put some in last night, and honestly I think that it is running a lot better, I should say. But the problem is it started raining last night, like out of nowhere, so I went to go rip it around the block and stuff. The street was already wet from it raining. But then it also started raining like while I was out riding. I'm like, oh, this is nice. So yeah, I want to put a little bit more in it because I only put a little bit. And take Pops for a rip now during the day while the street is dry, and hopefully see if it's running any better. I'm not gonna lie, that is the best that the bike has ran like ever. So I don't know, I think it's really happy on the 110 octane, though at the same time I don't want to keep it on 110 octane. I mean, this is 5 gallons, bro, and this cost me like $93 for 5 freaking gallons. Well, then again, I guess that's kind of the direction that our pump gas is headed, right? I don't know if it's the 110. I really do think it helps. I also left the gas cap open this time, so maybe this air vent is clogged. I don't know. It's something to look into. I really should run. I should take it for another ride, like with it closed, to see if it makes any difference. But I mean, I rode it last night and it felt good, and I had this closed. but this time I just wanted to try. Even though it is running good, like it still does this like this weird idle every once in a while, and whenever it does it, it's making like a sneezing sound coming from the air box, where it's like pff, pff, and from what I've heard is that's called a lean sneeze, I guess. I don't know. So then again, I think it would probably do it some good, bro, if I was to just get this thing out on the freeway and just really open it up and run some fuel through it, because that could be the issue. It's just the fact that it hasn't been ridden, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been sitting for years and years, and since I've gotten it, like, I've done a little bit of service here and there, but I've ridden around the block and that's it. I think this thing needs to get out and just like really open up. All right, it's time to see what's up with this engine, man. I want to see if we can get this thing fired up, at least work towards that direction. First thing I want to do is go ahead and pop these valve covers off. I've been watching like a lot of videos, you know, people with barn find cars or cars that haven't been started in a really long time. Now, I think that this engine, from what I was told, like it had been gone through and rebuilt and everything, and I don't think there's been a whole lot of miles put on this thing since then. I mean, you could I mean, we did pressure wash this, but at the same time, you could tell like there's not a lot of buildup like that. Like, look at that gasket, bro. That thing is bright ass white. I mean, other than it being kind of dusty, it's a relatively clean engine. So first thing I want to do is pop these valve covers off, like I was saying, and just check the valve train, make sure that there's nothing like stuck, like any valves that are stuck or something, or push rods that are stuck. Completely different lingo from the Honda world, huh? But what I am going to do is, I have a brush here. I'm going to use this brush to kind of break up some of this dirt inside of here, and then use my air nozzle and just blow all the dirt out of the way. Woo! Jesus. I'm sure it's probably dirty in there already, but no sense in making it worse, right? Make sure this distributor hole is plugged up as well. All right, now we got that all cleaned up. I gotta take these 4 bolts off, which they are an 11 mil, which is probably more than likely a standard size, right? But 11 mil fits on it. But I need to take that 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the valve cover should just lift right up. Wow, those are super freaking loose, man. A dang old magnet tray, man. Here we go. This is the first peek inside of this engine. Okay. Looks pretty normal. I mean, from my experience, the research I've been doing, this is a good sign. Like, not being all sludgy inside of here, and inside of like the rock where the rockers and everything are all at. Like, it's not all sludgy, and this is just all nice and clean and shiny. So that's a good start. You already know I'm not going to leave that orange. I mean, for now we will, but in the future. I do want to get roller rockers for this, so I'll have to get taller valve covers. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna dump some oil on all of this. Now, this is just a box of full synthetic. This is 10W30. I'm not using this actually in the engine. We are gonna drain this oil before we do anything, but I'm gonna use this just to dump over the valve train to kind of lubricate everything, you know what I'm saying? All right, got all that stuff all saturated with oil. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get this fuel line out of the way. Gotta remove this fuel line and this little breather. Well, I guess I'll just come off with the valve cover, huh? But yeah, get that stuff out of the way, then we'll pop this valve cover off, do the same thing in here. Oh my God, that thing's hard as a rock. Same thing on this side. Pretty damn clean, bro, not sludgy. Dude, there's a straight up spider walking around inside of there. Look at it. I don't know if you guys are gonna see it. There it is. He's going into that hole. Yeah, there's spiders living inside of the engine. Isn't that lovely? All the more reason for me to get this thing freshened up. Kill the spiders home. These wires out of the way. Yeah, everything looks good, dude. I mean, from my perspective. I mean, I'm not a pro at this shit, but it all looks pretty damn good. I'm gonna oil this side up, and then we can start pulling some spark plugs. I'm gonna go ahead and spray these valve covers off really quick and just kind of wipe them down. I'm gonna set them back on there and just put a couple bolts in each one just to hold it there, because I don't want the dust to kick up and get like dirt all over the valve train, you know what I'm saying? But next I need to get underneath here and drain the oil on this thing. I don't even know if there's oil in it, if I'm being honest, but if there is, I want to drain all the old stuff out, because we're gonna pull the spark plugs and I want to turn this engine to see if everything loosens up, and I want to watch the valve train and make sure they all move. But before we go and turn the engine, I want to get any like potential old oil out of there so it doesn't like cycle that stuff through the engine. I want to drain the old stuff, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and put this stuff in there for now. It's just temporary, just to spin the engine. So I'm going to fill it up with that new stuff, and then we'll pop the valve covers back off, pull the spark plugs, and then we'll go ahead and turn it and just see how everything's moving, and I don't know, just visually inspect it. I'm not used to having a car so damn big you can't reach your tools from one side to the other. Jesus Christ. Look at that. There's a hydraulic line right there. That is a hydraulic line, isn't it? Or am I tripping? What is that going to? Oh, yeah, it's a hydraulic line for power steering. Oh, that's hilarious. Bro, look at this. Toby freaking peed on my tire, man. My guy, how many times I gotta tell you about peeing on my tires? Huh? How many times I gotta tell you about peeing on my cars, huh? I know it's not your son. I've seen him. He doesn't pee on nothing. You know he don't. Anyhow, I'm gonna try to get these jack stands positioned underneath here, but I'm gonna need like a piece of wood or something to put them on top of so they don't just push into the damn dirt, man. Alright, I found a couple pieces of wood that I put the jack stands on, and also a tarp that I laid down here, so I'm not just freaking scurrying around in the dirt, you know what I'm saying? You know, whenever you go to the parts store and there's always something that you forget? There's always something that you freaking forget, man. I need to add this to my list. So I'm gonna have to use a car wash bucket to drain the oil, because whenever we cleaned the backyard the last time, I had like 3 or 4 of those like little oil pans, and they were all just freaking disgusting, man. And I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and clean these damn things when they cost like $2. We'll just get new ones. Well, I never freaking remembered to grab new ones, so this is what we're using. I just went ahead and sprayed it out and cleaned it out the best I could so that we can actually kind of inspect the oil that comes out of here to see if we see any crap in it. But here we go. Oh, at least it fits. Lovely. Spider webs. Frickin' love spider webs, you know? Transmission pan looks really clean, but I do see that there's like some buildup on top of it. Oh, and the starter looks relatively new. It's got stickers on it. Starter problem? The sticker says starter problem. Oh, it's got a number to call. Okay, so it's like a refurbished. See, even underneath the engine, bro, there is nothing caked up. Like the whole thing, you can just see that orange paint everywhere. Here we go. I already got crap in there. Bro. Ugh. That's a lovely sign whenever water comes out. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but there's definitely water. And that oil is black as hell. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, that oil definitely shows some miles. That's the first thing on this engine that I have found that actually shows some damn miles on it. I'm definitely not excited that water came out, but I mean, it wasn't a lot, dude. From the videos that I've watched on YouTube of people like getting these old engines and stuff running, like that's nothing in comparison. All right, I'm gonna let that just kind of drain for a while. While that's draining down there, I'm gonna go ahead and pop all these old spark plugs out once again. When I put these back in, I just put them in like finger tight, so I should be able to get them out pretty easy. You see, I'm glad I didn't turn the engine over with that disgusting ass oil in there and water. We'd have been pumping that dirty oil and water all through the engine right now. So luckily, since it has been sitting for so long, all that stuff is just completely all ran down into the bottom, and we're able to get all that old oil out. So all right, so I put the drain plug back in, and I went ahead and I put all the bolts on this valve cover because I'm gonna add some oil right now. Also got all the old spark plugs pulled out. There they are right there. So this right here is exactly what it looks like. That's engine oil inside of an old pot that I just warmed up on the stove inside the kitchen. So when I was draining the oil right now, like it stopped draining, but then I noticed like there was like something blocking it from more oil draining out, and it was like a clump, you know, like you know how water and oil when it mixes, how it gets. So I just kind of like moved it around, and I was able to get more oil to come out. So which tells me like there's a little bit of like that water oil mixed up like gunk kind of in the bottom. So my idea here is I'm gonna go ahead and pour some, like this wasn't like boiling hot, just I warmed it up. I'm gonna pour some more oil in there so that it'll run through the engine, end up in the bottom of the pan, and then hopefully since being it's warmed up, like it'll kind of break the stuff loose. And I have the drain plug in, so I'm gonna let it sit in there for a little bit and then pull the drain plug and then drain all this back out as well. So that's my theory here. All right, now I've let that sit in there for about 5 minutes now. I'm gonna go ahead and drain it out. I wanna go ahead and drain it while it's still warm before it has a chance to kind of cool down. I can feel the warmth on the bolt. Hopefully it's not too burning as hot. Oh, I dropped the fucking bolt. God, I suck, dude. Yeah, you see it's flowing like some clumps out of there now. So that's what I was looking for, man. Just to kind of get more of that crap out. Hell freaking yeah, now I'm gonna have to get a magnet and get my damn drain plug out of there. Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie, if I had more oil, I would do that like 5 or 6 times just to really flush the thing out. That was really satisfying seeing that warmed up oil actually work and get a bunch of that crap out of there. But there's our old black ass oil. I went ahead and I grabbed the old oil filter off as well, but you can see how black that oil was, man. I already got the drain plug out of there with a magnet. I put the drain plug back on, and now I have the new oil filter. What I'm actually gonna do, since being this one goes straight up and screws on, I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up full of oil before I put it on. There we go, topped off. Lube up our rubber seal a little bit and throw this thing in. We got all the old oil out. We're topped off with fresh oil. I got all the spark plugs out. We've had mystery oil soaking inside of there for like the last week now. This thing, hopefully, after turning it over a couple of times, should get pretty easy to turn. I have to kind of be gentle with it because that main bolt right in the center, that thing is only a 5/8 bolt, and it doesn't have like a really high torque spec. So you don't want to like end up breaking the damn bolt off, you know what I'm saying? This is actually what I've been excited to do, man, like this entire time. So all right, so I've been messing with this for a little bit, trying to get it to turn over, but it's like hitting a wall, bro. Like you can only spin it so far in one direction, and then so far, I mean about that same distance but in the opposite direction. I need to do some research and figure out exactly what my next step is. I don't know if maybe if I pop all these little rocker arms off, so then that way the push rods aren't pushing on anything. If maybe that would stop all the valve train from moving, and then I'd be able to see if the block will move like by itself, because maybe it's a bent push rod. Maybe there's a push rod that's bent and the cam is struggling to be able to push it because it's bent. So it's then, you know, making the engine stop moving. So I don't know exactly what my next step here is, whether pop all that off and then try that, or just go ahead and pop this intake off and inspect. Damn it, what are those things called? There's also those little like plunger things that are at the end of the push rods. Like maybe one of those. That's a possibility, huh? Maybe one of those is like hydro locked or like stuck, because they're hydraulic, right? I think, I don't know. I made a post on Instagram also to see if any like small block Chevy guys can hit me up and I could pick somebody's brain really quick. But other than that, like, the sun's already freaking going down because I've been messing with this for a while. So what I think I'm gonna do is go ahead and pop the valve covers on for tonight, cover this thing back up so I don't get any dust or anything in it. Clean my mess up and then do some research on this, educate myself, and then pick back up on it tomorrow, man. What else can I do? If I have to pull the heads, I don't have a problem with that. Like, honestly, I'd like to see if I can't find some aluminum heads to put on here, but I don't know. If we have to cross that, I'd rather not cross that bridge right now if I don't have to. I'd much rather just get this engine running the way it is rather than tearing into it. But gotta do what you gotta do, man. I'll see you guys in the morning. Just getting home, ran to the P.O. box and grabbed what is more than likely gonna be that distributor I was telling you guys about. Open this up really quick. Yes, sir, there it is. There most certainly is a distributor inside of there. Okay, so now this is used, but he pulled it off of a running truck, he said. So hell yeah, it's basically the same exact thing that I bought, but yeah, so now we can take that one back and get our money back and invest that somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? But he also said that there was some extra stuff in there, which I don't know what it is, so we gotta open that up right now. This is, oh bro, freaking fine line tape. Dude, that's sick, bro. So this is like really skinny, like masking tape basically, for like, you're obviously doing paint work. Like if you need to mask something off, or let's say like you sprayed one color and you're wanting to mask and like mask designs, bro. Like people that like do like flames on the side of a car. Just as an example, I mean, nobody's really doing flames anymore, but you would use this and you kind of make your designs, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is some dope ass shit. I've had like one roll of this in my life. What's in here? Oh, Bear's getting here on his bus. And this is a pack of those shrink wrap butt connectors. So basically like a butt connector, but I think that centerpiece is actually solder also. I'm not sure, but hell yeah, dude. Shout out to Carlos once again. Thank you, brother, for the fine line masking tape, the butt connectors, and for the distributor. I appreciate it, brother. So now, got one more package. I was at the P.O. box. I don't know who this was from, though. It just says, Shop Green Acorn. These are really expo markers right now. It is. That's really expo markers. That's hilarious. So there's no note or name or anything, so I don't know who they came from, but shout out to whoever sent the expo markers. You already know I'm gonna need them. So anyhow, I spent my morning running around to AutoZones because the parts that my daughter got for her truck were the wrong ones. She went down there and returned them, and then the stuff that they gave her the second time, once again, were the wrong freaking ones, bro. So I went down there. They were giving her lower ball joints, but for her upper ball joint. So yeah, I went down there and I got the right ball joints. So they gave her the right inner tie rods, but the outer tie rods, they gave her these twice now. And now, for whatever reason, they said that there's some kind of problem in the system where they can't return it either. They're saying that, because I went to a different store, they're saying I have to take this back to the same store because they did something wrong or something. I don't freaking know, but this is what they keep giving her, bro. And that is definitely a lot longer than the one that was actually on her truck. And no, there's not enough adjustment to be able to adjust it in to where it's the same length, you know what I'm saying? So the guy was telling me that since her truck is lifted, that this is more than likely a aftermarket outer tie rod in, or I don't freaking know, man. Well, it doesn't look like an aftermarket one. It looks like just a freaking regular. It looks exactly like what you're giving us, just shorter. I don't know why I ever try to just use the hose for anything. It never works. You didn't notice what these are. These are the other two HRE, the factory M3 wheels. They're E36 M3 wheels. These are the same as what I have on the front of the car. So the two that are on the front and the two that we have in the trunk is what makes a complete set. I do have a complete set of these also, but these are not going with the car. I actually have 5 of these, so I have 4 and a spare. The car is actually coming with these M3 wheels. So I've been kind of like procrastinating with people that are like hitting me up to buy it because I've been needing to get these wheels swapped out. You know what I'm saying? I went and got the title opened up today. So other than getting these wheels done, that's all I have left to do, man. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna actually drive the BMW down there, and I'm gonna have them take those junk tires off of those wheels, and then take these wheels off the back of the car, put these tires on those wheels, and then put the wheels back on. Yeah, and which actually is just gonna make it easier on me. Less work for me to have to do. I don't have to swap damn wheels out. Look how bad those freaking tires were, man. It's wild. I finally found a tire shop, man. I went to the place that I normally go to, and I was literally standing there for like 35 minutes. And there was like one dude in there. So I was like, you know what, they're just too busy. I mean, the one guy is too busy. So I came to another place up here that there was nobody waiting, so. Hell yeah. Go ahead and get these wheels swapped out really quick. Back at the house, man, though I do have to leave once again. Like, this is just one of those kind of days. Freaking running around like crazy. Got the, so now all 4 M3 wheels are on the car. And I got these off, so we can throw these in the backyard. Now I still got to go to AutoZone and go take that damn distributor back. And dude, it's just one of those days, bro. I have 1,000 things to do, and I'm trying to make a video while doing them. God damn. Jesus Christ, man. It has been a journey to get to this place. Finally made it to O'Reilly's. Get my damn money back for this thing. All right, so I took that back and I got a bunch of cleaner shit. You know, consumables. Always need consumables. Oh, see, this is why I gotta get a door. Ugh, you can't open that damn thing from the outside. This has to go behind the seat. Yeah. We're on the road again. Which I would say to get home and work on the Bel Air before the sun goes down, because the sun is like already going down, but I'm freaking hungry. Hungry. Yeah, I want something. Actually, I have leftover pizza at the house. Made it back to the house, man. Man, you're gonna believe this, bro. The S10 was picking on me outside of O'Reilly's. It wouldn't start for us, so I think the fuel pump is going out on it, because luckily, you know, you know what's funny is when I was messing with the fuel pump on the BMW and with Pops and all that, I was going through the comments and somebody commented, he's like, dude, every time you have a problem with one of your vehicles, you always say it's the fuel pump. And he's like, why don't you check compression? Why don't you do this? Why you do? I'm like, bro, the E36, like, it wouldn't start. I hit the freaking throttle body with some carb cleaner and it started up. So I put a fuel pump in it and it starts, you know what I'm saying? With the bike, like, it cuts out and struggles at high RPMs and runs like crap whenever it warms up. If you look that up, that's a diagnosis for a fuel pump, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just pulling this out of my ass, but anyhow, like, it wouldn't start, and then I used a can of that carb cleaner that we just bought from O'Reilly's, sprayed the throttle body with it, and it fired right up. But then it stayed running for us to get home. I don't know. It's freaking temperamental right now at the moment. What can I say? But anyhow, I told you guys this man's got a Harley. Figured I'd show it to you guys. Look at this, man. We're a freaking Harley house now. Well, mine's a Kawasaki. It's a biker house. Yeah, it's a biker house, right? Mine has like a Harley look to it, but it's not a Harley. It's actually a Japanese bike, bro. Pretty cool.
We gotta get matching vests now and stuff. Start our own crew.
Start our own MC. All right, it is now the next day from when we were working on the Bel Air, and we've already lost sunlight once again. So I was talking with a few people, and it seems like what I'm dealing with here is a rust ridge on the inside of the cylinder wall that, I don't know, everybody that I talk to says that you have to put like transmission fluid, which is basically like the mystery oil, transmission fluid or diesel fuel in the spark plug holes, like, and you have to do that and then come out here like once a day and like try to spin it back and forth a few times and then fill it back up, and then you just keep doing that until it breaks loose. And I'm like, bro, that don't make any sense for a YouTuber, man. I gotta get this, I gotta get this moving. I can't spend a month trying to get this engine to spin. So I don't know, man. If any of you guys have some advice for me on that, throw it in the comments down below. I am gonna get cracking on this thing again probably tomorrow. If I have to, I'll just pull the engine out and just disassemble it, man. Take the pistons out and everything, get it all re-honed. May as well, because if I'm being honest with you, the plans for this engine is to make some power with it. So I want to make sure that it is right, though. I just thought it would be cool to get it fired up in the car. But I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to continue messing with it probably tomorrow. See if I can't get it broken loose. But if I can't, then screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and tear it apart.